It's about commitment, healing, honor, respect. This is Barber Life. Cutting hair, I like it. Barbershop, I like it. Change your life, I like it. Conversate, I like it.
We got this podcast. We got something that we trying to do where we trying to, inspire barbers to, want to really take this trade serious. So Conscious Heads Barbering Boot Camp. We've been around for about 6, maybe 7 years, pushing maybe 7 years, and we just been training people on, the art of barbering, the skill of barbering, and just to take their skills, to the next level. Some people have never cut at all. We never held the clippers in their hand, and we take those people and we place the clippers in their hands. We teach them different techniques, and and how to be professional and the professionalism of barbering. But what we want to do with the Conscious Heads Barbering Boot Camp also, I do the boot camp, but the boot camp for all of us, I'm still in boot camp myself, learning how to take things to the next level and how to be better every single day. So we all still in boot camp and still learning, just different things and different skills and different techniques and how to become better. So we want to use this, what we're doing with Conscious Heads Barbering Boot Camp, the podcast. We want to use this as inspiration for information for inspiration for the purpose of elevation also. So we want to, talk to different barbers. We want to find out different full-time barbers, and find out what they did and how their journey was, and what you can get from them to help you on your journey and the push forward. So today I have with me one of my first graduating students from Conscious Heads Barbering Boot Camp, and his name is Ricardo Winchester. He's here with us today, and he has a great story. And we're gonna continue to to come to Ricardo monthly, to get different quotes and get different things on the art of barbering and the inspiration, because the brother is a phenomenal brother. He's on top of his craft. He's committed. He's dedicated. All those different things you need to be successful in any trade or any career, but definitely in the skill of barbering and what we're talking about today. So today, I just want to bring up to you today, good brother Ricardo Winchester. How you feeling today?
Feeling good, bro.
All right, cool. So I asked him to come in. So he, Ricardo works here at Conscious Heads Barbershop, and he has a heck of a story to tell. So when Ricardo came to Conscious Heads Barbering Boot Camp, he came in a class. It was only 3 people, because at that time we would only have just a few people that would come and join the class. I mean, let me see. That was one of our smaller classes. We had up to like maybe 6 people that would join. About 6 people that would join at the time, but we had 3 in that class, and his work ethic was so good. At the end, I recruited him and said, "Hey, look, won't you come and do an apprenticeship?" Brother came. He was diligent. He came here every day when he was supposed to come at 9 o'clock. But he has a story to tell of how he got to that position and how he came on and what it was that made him come into barbering. So what? Let's start there. What was it that made you decide to be a barber?
Well, deciding to be a barber was like, I was working a job, working about over 10 years, driving for the sedan service. I told myself I needed to get into a skill set, reading Booker T. Washington's Up From Slavery. And then I went to maybe a couple classes on like pre-construction trades and stuff like that.
What was it about that book, Up From Slavery? You said Booker T. Washington. What was it about that book that stuck out to you?
Just him being inspiration, as far as like somebody that was, pretty much born a slave, and basically became an institution builder. But he was real big on pushing the concept of hard work and dedication, and not necessarily trying to be incorporated into the dominant society, but equipping yourself with skills that your own people will pay you for, regardless of how small or somebody may look at it.
So is that a book that you would tell all barbers to read, or something, or is it a difficult read, or is it a?
Nah, it's not a difficult read.
Okay, cool. Now, not to interrupt your story too much, but there was another brother that you studied. That was a barber during that time. Is it Lonzo Harrington?
Alonzo Herndon.
Alonzo Harrington.
Yeah.
Now, did that come later after you decided, or
Yeah, that came after. When you decided to, bring me in as a barber, I just really went in my mind and was like, all right, I know this is gonna be tough, so I need to draw some inspiration from somebody. So I'm like, yo, who was probably one of the best that ever did it? And I just started doing my digging, and I heard about this brother by the name of Alonzo Herndon, who basically was also born a slave, and he pretty much like died a millionaire. He had over 5 barbershops. He started a life insurance company, I think Atlanta Life Mutual, owned over 100 pieces of real estate. Just did real well for himself, but he did it by the trade of barber.
okay. So is there a book or something that you can get? With is it a book out that you can get with him?
Not I don't know with him. Nah, I think his son wrote a book, but it's not a real big book with his story. You could pretty much kind of like maybe Google or look it up on YouTube.
Okay, all right, cool. But you can't look it up on YouTube and find information. What we'll do is we'll probably try to add any information into the description link. You know, what I'm saying, on him, since his, I know you told me about him before,
Yeah.
which was very motivational because he also was involved in some other things.
Yeah.
To help him become, like you said, a millionaire
Yeah.
during that time. All right, so you decided to take the course, and you said it was inspired by
Also your daughter.
Okay.
The ad that you had on Facebook, it was a picture of your daughter cutting Clarence hair.
Right.
And
she was like 10 years old, 11 years older. Yeah, something like 12.
10 or 11, something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, that fade clean, man. I'm
Right.
like, if he could teach her how to do that, he could definitely teach me, man. I'll be willing to learn. So that's when I hit you up.
Okay. Cool. Sounds good. So, all right. So you come into class, and so how was your experience? And at that time, we were doing like a straight year that you had to do in the barbering boot camp. How was your experience in class? I mean, like you said, and had you ever cut hair before when you actually came to the class?
Not really. Maybe a little mustache trim or something like that here and there, or maybe like cutting my son's hair down when he was young, but no shape up, no real thought put into it compared to what I learned in the class.
So you starting from scratch,
from
pretty much nothing. Yeah. So what was it that the class, taught you? What did you pretty much learn in class that got you, sparked off into your career?
Well, for one, the patience of mastering the fundamentals, and I think a lot of people look over that part, just holding the clippers, how to hold the clippers, the different directions that you would guide the clippers, the shape of the trimmers, things like that. That get so often overlooked. Even understanding the guard sizes, the octaves, the level on the clippers, stuff like that.
Okay. Cool. So I remember asking you to come and be an apprentice, and one of the first things you did, and you accepted, and you said, you're going to do it. And at that time, you had a car, and you knew, as I talked to you about it, that it was going to be some sacrifices. I said, man, look, you can make it. It could be successful, but it's going to be a grind.
Yeah, you said it was going to be a process.
Yeah, and you started preparing for the grind, and say how that was, like, you preparing to come in to Conscious Heads and become an apprentice barber, and preparing for the grind. Say how that process. Talk about that process.
Okay, because I think you hit me up in February, but I came in June. So yeah. Okay. So in those few months, I tried to save a few dollars, get myself situated, moved in with a relative, gave my car up and stuff like that, because I knew it was going to be like a financial hit. You know what I mean? Because I wasn't going to be bringing in the money that I normally would have had I kept my original, source of income.
Okay. So you got ready for. And we're not saying to people out there that you have to take this extreme route, you know what I'm saying, in order to do it, but it does take some dedication, it does take some commitment and some sacrifice that you actually gonna have to make, you know what I'm saying? And he was willing to make that sacrifice. So he actually moved in with a relative, he let his car go. I watched him. He caught the bus all the way from the west side of Baltimore to the east side of Baltimore. Now the thing that's crazy was that the shop at that point we were supposed to be opening at 9 o'clock, and really we didn't have a 9 o'clock presence. We had another barber that was here that was always here early, but he had so many clients that he couldn't take new clients at the time. We didn't have the presence of being open at 9 o'clock. But when Ricardo came, he gave us that 9 o'clock presence. Now, he was just a basic, probably even below average barber coming onto the floor, but what he did was he came every day at 9 o'clock, every day at 9 o'clock. And Ricardo would go outside. He would sweep in front of the shop. He would take out the trash. Now, mind you, I've never said anything to Ricardo to say, hey, look, hey, man, you coming here, you working, you got to clean up, you got to do this. I never said one thing to him like that. You know what I'm saying? Next thing I know, I just would come through and he was cleaning up. He was taking out the trash. He was doing stuff. I'm like, man, this is crazy. You know what I mean? The brother isn't, about helping. I had other barbers that was here, shoot, let some trash build up, whatever. Let me not take it out. They was throwing me to the customers and to the, to the clients. Like, hey man, you got to talk to the man that's in charge here. But Ricardo was just going out, and some of the barbers will talk to him like, man, you ain't gotta do this. This ain't your responsibility. But and explain that process of you just coming in and actually just like becoming a part of the team and just being a team player.
Yeah, well, like you said, as far as being a team player, you got to add value to the team. You can't just be, a spoke in the wheel and think that you're supposed to just be on the reciprocating end of everything. You got to do some giving too. So I knew I was the low man on the totem pole as far as skill set, as far as cutting, but I'm like, I can at least add value to the look of the shop, and I would, like he said, sit outside. I would sweep up, greet everybody that literally walked past the building. And then I also looked at it like this. People come to spend their hard-earned money here at the shop.
All right. Testing. All right. Testing.
Testing.
All right. All right. So we're going to continue on. Okay. So you come on, you add on to the process of conscious heads, and it's really appreciated. We got that 9 o'clock presence and your skills now you go into the embarrassment, I guess you would say, or the life humbling experience of having to sit in the barbershop while everybody else is cutting hair, and you got to sit there in the barbershop and almost wasn't hardly even cutting some heads, sometimes one head, sometimes no heads, and just sitting there with the whole clients watching on the side as you would have to explain that process of the
yeah, it's definitely humbling, man. Basically you watching other people make money of it than yourself, and you doing it for 8, 9, 10 hours, and you almost guaranteed to do it. I was doing it at least once a week, where it will be a day where I know I probably wasn't going to cut anybody all day, and I would be there that whole time, and all in the back of my mind, I'm like, that's all right. I'll get my day. And yeah, my day eventually came.
Did you ever sit there and be like, what the hell am I doing? Like, you know what I mean? Like what like what,
Yeah.
what was I thinking?
Yeah, I definitely had that feeling, but at the same time, I was like, yo, I'm already committed. I'm 10 toes in, so it's only going to get better. That was my mindset.
Okay. That's beautiful, man, because I had done this for so many years and I watched so many people come through, whether it was natural hair, whether it was barbering, and just basically just give up. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But those people came in a lot of times, you know what I mean? If you come into the craft and you come into the trade, I tell you this, and you got a lot of bills and you just coming in and you don't have clientele built up and all those different things, you think that you just gonna come jump in and it's just gonna be like overnight success. Probably that's like making it to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? I mean, it's possible, but you know what I'm saying? It's not likely that's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, you got to put in some time. You gotta, you know what I mean, you gotta grind. But if you got a lot of bills and you thinking I'm just gonna jump in here and I'm gonna do that, you got something else coming. You know, I mean, and it's gonna take, like I said, pretty much some sacrifices. You can see, with some of the barbers that you follow, I guess through Instagram or through Facebook that you hear their stories, and a lot of people tell the same stories.
Yeah, a lot of them, some of them would have like part-time jobs and stuff like that, but I would follow what? Marvy Marv, Barbers. Matter of fact, I got his shirt on. Um, he talked about how he would basically deliver pizzas after the shop closed. Um, you had a bunch of them that would maybe have like night jobs, what 360 Jeezy, DL the Master Barber. He would literally work from like 6 a.m. to midnight. He would hand out his business cards and basically would give you your first haircut free. So that would be an inspiration. Like, all right, I might not necessarily do free, but I was doing like drop cards or $5 off your first cut, stuff like that. And then like I said in the beginning, I draw inspiration from Alonzo Herndon, because you figure somebody is born a slave, became free, eventually got into the craft, working in Jim Crow South. Like, man, he had to go through a whole lot more than I probably did, me worrying about, missing a few bills. So I would always keep that in mind.
Okay. Man, that's strong. So like I said, I watch a lot of people come through, watch a lot of people be successful, but I watch a lot of people fall off. Watch a lot of people who used to be full time and then they drop off, and you know what I'm saying, they go out and get regular. And to each his own. If that's what you want to do, go out and get a regular corporate job. Yeah, everything ain't for everybody. And then sometimes you realize it a little bit later down the line. This ain't for you, but it's a culture, and the sacrifice and the commitment. Like I said, I've been cutting hair for over 30 years myself. And I know what it is. I know what it is to be sitting in the shop and trying to make that money, and it just ain't happening that time. You know what I mean? Sometimes you sit there and I know sometimes me and a couple of other barbers would like, man, let's go get a drink. You know what I'm saying? It ain't happening today. You ain't got the money for the bills. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It is like, man, let's just, you know what I mean? Like, it ain't happening. We're going to have to figure something out. We're going to have to figure out how to make this happen. And, and then there comes this point of focus that I've watched people get to also, where it's like, you know what? I'm here. I'm going to be in here. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to make this happen. And it's like, we talked about it before. It's like a certain energy that you start to manifest, that you start to bring in, when people start to come in like a magnet, that you start to draw them in. And I mean, I'm not just saying it's just being, just saying it's just like being far-fetched and just being all up in the air. I'm just saying this is real. When we talk about energy, you talk about like you really literally start to draw people in from the outside or the phone, or you know what I'm saying, or from your apps that you get, your booking apps and stuff, you know what I'm saying, that you start to get. It's a certain level of understanding that you get to, and people just start being drawn to you. You know what I'm saying? Talk about that. You know what I'm saying? That unforeseen force that drive,
Oh man, that's I live by that energy, man. Waking up, because I got a routine when I wake up, because I cultivate that energy every morning. Like, I start my day with writing in my gratitude journal, reading something positive, watching a positive video on YouTube, stuff like that. And really just getting that what you call that winning spirit, or like a winner's image. You basically amping up your self-image, seeing myself as a successful barber. Like, man, I'm gonna go in there and cut 10 hairs today. I don't have nobody scheduled, or I'm gonna come in there and cut 20. Having that mentality, just waking up every day like I'm going to tackle the day and give it my best, even if all I cut is one person. And you had your days like that. Now I have them, they more like a brick for me. But back then, man, it was pretty common. And you had my day. I say, if nothing else, come put the time in, keep that energy. I always keep a good book to read. Sometimes I'm watching good stuff on the YouTube downstairs, on the television, and that energy is everything, man. It is, because you can attract or repel money like that.
Yeah. And so, in the midst of all of this going on, in the midst of this happening, we become me and you become a part of history in the whole barbering world, let alone in the state of Maryland. You know what I'm saying? Where we make history, and we switch, because at one point in the state of Maryland, you could only have one apprenticeship to one master barber at a time. We wanted to change that, because we have Conscious Heads Barbering Boot Camp, and we wanted to be able to have more barbers to be able to come under one master barber. So we got with our delegate, and we started to draft the bill, with Miss Cheryl Glenn at the delegate Cheryl Glenn at the time with House Bill 1021. And and Ricardo and myself would go down to Annapolis, and we would go down and we would speak before the for the state, and and we would start to change this law to change it from 1 to 3 apprenticeships at a time. We went to do that in 2019, 1021 2019. And that is 1021 is my mom's birthday by chance. You know what I'm saying? That actually came because of some unforeseen words inside of the document. They didn't honor it down at the state board. So the next year, so they didn't put it through. It went through, but they had a whole different understanding of what it was supposed to be. The next year we put it in again through Kurt Anderson, and it came in as House Bill if I think is that the last one? 13? No, 1021. No, 1041. The next year, Kurt Anderson came in, and that was 20 when they put it in. However, that was the year that the corona had actually that was the year that the virus hit, and they knocked all of the bills off the table that year. So we came back again in the year 21, and we pushed it back through with delegate Stephanie Smith.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah, came back. Now that was then House Bill 1317 at the time. We came back with the correct wording, and in October 21, you know what I'm saying, the year 21 again on Mom's birthday in that in that month. I mean, that the bill actually went in effect. So you were part of history, sir. I just, we ran through all of that kind of stuff, and we changed the laws forever here in the state of Maryland. How you feel about being a part of that process?
Oh man, that was a blessing, man, because that wasn't like something that I saw it coming as far as me being here with the process of becoming a barber and stuff like that. So like, damn, man, I'm changing laws and stuff, man. I'm going to Annapolis, and really just understanding, like, a better understanding of the political process. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of times we talk politics and stuff like that, but to really get something done on a political level, just some barbers just trying to make a change in their industry, man, it was rewarding as well.
Yeah. I like to thank Brother Davon Love and Leaders of Beautiful Struggle for for leading the way and showing us how to make that happen, like you said, because all my life I'm like, man, I don't want nothing to do with that politics and this, that, and other. But when I saw how easy it was, to happen, it was like, man, like, is this easy? Because I thought that we was gonna be doing this for years, and we was gonna be raising funds, GoFundMe, doing this. That we need, we got to raise another $50,000. You know what I mean? Put this paperwork in, but that wasn't the case. But yeah, man, I appreciate you being a part of that with me. You know what I'm saying? So we made history together. So man, anytime any of these barbers ever try to talk bad about you, be like, whoa, hold up, man, I made history for you. For you, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, y'all welcome, man. You welcome, But yeah, so okay, so we go forward, and as of this year in 2023, you came through, you got your regular license, you know what I mean? You studied, you got that done, and then you started studying after a while, after you were qualified to get your master barber license. Then I guess what date was it?
I passed the test on May 8th.
May 8th, 2023. Ricardo Winchester became a master barber in the barbering world. You know what I'm saying? That's to be clap. I mean, I don't have a clap thing. Actually, I think I do got some claps on my board somewhere. I can't even see it right now. But you know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's to be commended. And man, proud of you, bro. You know what I'm saying, for your accomplishment. You know what I'm saying? Because so many people, man, they take a long time, they procrastinate. You know what I'm saying? They play around. They never get to this level. Some people never even get to the point of just taking their regular barber and talk about that. You know what I'm saying? Now you got your master barber license. I know barbers that have been in this field for 20 plus years that never even got their master barbers. You know what I'm saying? Or never even got, let's just say, even their regular barber license. Even before we talk about that master barber license. A lot of that.
I look at it like, it's a it's the ultimate respect for the industry by getting every credential that's available for me to get. As to the unlicensed barbers, you got a lot of great barbers out there that can cut, but I think you're doing a disservice to the industry by not wanting to get licensed, And then by brother Jabari, basically, he was a master barber and brought me on as an apprentice. I just feel like it's only right to pay it forward by becoming a master barber and being able to pay it forward for the next up and coming barber that's willing to put the work in.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. I think I found that. I don't even think I went through. Oh, you know what? If it did, it came through here. Okay. All right. So, let me see if we can hear. Oh, okay. Yeah, I had a little something to add on that. It's all new, y'all. It's all new. So, yeah, we really appreciate you coming through, stopping through. And this ain't the last time we're gonna hear from you. We're gonna make you regular in Conscious Heads Barbering Boot Camp. You know what I'm saying? Because we got a lot to say. You got a lot to say, and I think that your vibe and your work ethic is something that can help change the world. You know what I mean? And definitely help change the barbering world. You know what I'm saying? So continue to read, study, and whatever it is that you do. The push forward. So, what do you say to those people now aspiring to be a barber in general? What do you have to? What would be your
like I tell everybody, even when I speak to the boot camp classes, you're gonna get out of what you put in it. If you coming in it with lackadaisical effort, you're gonna get half results. You're not gonna get what you really want out of it. A lot of times you gotta pay the price in full and up front, and you might not reap the rewards for that until later on down the line. And you gotta be willing and have the faith to do it. Because a lot of times people don't like to put in any effort to something that they can't necessarily see a real quick return on. And unfortunately, we got a lot of impatient people that they don't understand how that works sometimes.
talk about this real about the schedules, man? You know what I'm saying? The schedules of the barbers, like I mean, a lot of barbers say, I mean, because it's crazy, because like here at the shop, you like the enforcer here at the shop, you know what I'm saying? And you like a person that's successful trying to teach other people who just coming on board how to be successful. Yeah. Some of them listen, some of them don't. Some of them kind of, you know what I mean? a lot of them don't. You give them books, give them that speech and all, you know what I'm saying? And just talk about the schedules. Schedules just trash, man. Big trash. Man.
You can't get around the work, man. And that's what I tell everybody. I think at minimum, especially if you're not where you want to be financially, if you work in less than 60 hours, man, you playing. No less than 40, that's you're gonna do that at somebody else's job. So why not put in a minimum of 40 for yourself? But I say 60 if you got the time. Why not? And shoot, I work 7 days. Usually the only time I get a day off is if somebody don't schedule an appointment. But I don't work all day every day, but at minimum, I'm in here at least 60, 70 hours, And to me, I love what I do, so I don't really feel like I'm at work, And that's the beauty of doing something like barbering or anything that you you have a passion for.
No doubt, no doubt, man. We appreciate you coming through today, and like I said, this ain't the last time. It's just the beginning. People can get a little bit of your story. We can continue to go. We look forward to one day your book coming out. I'm sure that's gonna be coming out down the line. You know what I mean? But we're gonna continue to, inspire the barbering world, not just the barbering world, but inspire the people in general. And continue to roll. So we appreciate you, bro, for stopping through Conscious Heads Barbering Boot Camp.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
I appreciate the opportunity, man.
No doubt.
Brother Jabari providing a whole lot of opportunities out here. Unfortunately, people don't take advantage of them to its highest capacity, but the opportunity is here nevertheless.
No doubt, no doubt. All right, bro. Well, you have a great rest of the week, and we appreciate you stopping through.
No doubt.
It's about commitment, healing, honor, respect. This is Barber Life. Cutting hair, I like it. Barbershop, I like it. Change your life, I like it. Conversate, I like it.